Well, now to discuss HIV/AIDS in Africa, we're joined in studio by Stanley Ogola, the Youth Congress Kenya Program Coordinator. Welcome to Africa Live.
Thank you.
Now, Mr. Ogola, if we look at recent studies, one thing that's indicated is that youth, more and more, number of youth are being affected by HIV/AIDS. Why is that the case?
I think part of the reason that I can say is largely the influences, which is negative peer pressure. At some time in a particular age group, you tend to associate yourself or group yourself with a company which probably might not contribute positively to the issues of prevention. But also I think also largely the issue of parenting, where some young people are left on their own at a very tender age and at a very early age, might be a contribution to why you get the number of infection among young people is still increasing.
Now, watching earlier, we also saw the UN Special Envoy for HIV/AIDS in Africa. He had said that there is optimism around fighting this pandemic. Do you share those sentiments?
Yeah, I agree. There's lights at the end of the tunnel, and there are contributions that are made, and we hope that there will be a reduction. But I think largely it should be still involving. People should be involved, and particularly young people who are largely the most infected, but also the affected families, because you tend to see that they are also growing of child-headed houses where they've lost their parents, and we have orphans and the young people guiding their family, their younger family. So it is sometimes also exposes them. And the large level of poverty probably still in Kenya, Kenya and any other parts of Africa, countries in Africa, which particularly are developing country, most of them. And this also exposes young people to a risk to infection. Yeah.
Now, Africa certainly does still have problems or challenges that it has to overcome, but you had said that there is light at the end of the tunnel. So what is helping with numbers reducing in some places? Is it education primarily?
Yeah, I think largely it is strategies that are placed in a number of cases, and the level of involvement, and I've said the level of engagement of young people. I don't think we should continue by with programming for young people, but we should program with the young people being part of these programs, so that they also bring out strategies on where and how we can reach as many young people as possible, because there's still a gap between the knowledge and the action. Young people probably are aware at certain level of the dangers of HIV/AIDS and modes of prevention and those kind of stuff, but still the level of action, there's a gap in between. They don't act to the information that probably they have.
So what are organizations like yours, like the Youth Congress Kenya, what are you doing in terms of highlighting the problem around youth and bringing those numbers down in terms of contracting HIV/AIDS?
Yeah, we do campaigns on prevention, because largely what we need to do is to ensure that no more young people contract HIV or are infected. So we do largely campaigns on prevention, but not only that, we also advise young people to seek medication, seek voluntary and the testings, so that people may know their status, and then you live positively or you live negatively, depending on when you now know your status. You are advised, you are counseled, issues of nutrition and all those other aspects, so that you live positively. So we work with young people groups. There are particular groups that deal specifically on issues of prevention, issues of care. They do even home-based cares, where we go to homes and they help people who are bedridden and such kind of support. And those are largely what we do. We also encourage, we don't want stigmatization or people being discriminated on the basis of probably your family, one of them is infected, or you yourself are infected, because we know that we have people who are infected, but largely all of us are affected. So we need to pull together. So in most of our events and activities and our advocacy, we do involve people with special needs, particularly people living with HIV and AIDS, young people particularly, in our decision-making, planning processes, and all those kind of stuff.
All right, thanks so much for your time today. We're speaking there to Mr. Stanley Ogola from the Youth Congress Kenya, just giving us some insight into HIV/AIDS across the continent, especially the challenges faced by the youth. It's time